Okay, here's a chance to have a closer look at the details of the Minimus Down Vest. The Minimus Vest has always been in a particularly popular vest for our clients because the temperature rating, the warmth of it, it's got a typical operating temperature of -5°C, and for British winters that really is a really comprehensive set of temperatures. It covers comfort from everything from sort of +5 to -5, so for UK winters it's absolutely superb. The Minimus Vest really covers it, so it's a very, very popular piece of equipment with our clients. I'm just going to run through the details of this vest because it's been updated since it was initially developed. It was one of the first products Peter Hutchinson developed when he started PhD, and we've altered it as we've gone along and improved it. Now, the Minimus is a K series product. That means, that indicates that it's filled with 1000 fill power down, and it's built with ultra shell, the lightweight water resistant fabric outer, and 10X as the inner. Very lightweight, soft, breathable, downproof fabric for the inner. I'll just run through the features, those materials, just in a bit more detail. First of all, the down. 1000 fill power down is the highest quality down in the world. What does that mean? What does that matter? Well, you get more loft. The higher the quality, the higher the fill power figure, the higher the loft you get from a given weight of down. So the higher the amount of insulation you get from a given weight of down. So 1000 fill power down is the highest quality, and it's that down that allows us to make some of the lightest weight equipment in the world. It's natural down, it's pure goose. It's not a blend of goose and duck, it's 100% pure goose, and it's a natural down. It's not been treated with chemical enhancements to change the performance of the down or to alter the stiffness of the down or something like that. It's a high-end, very high quality, pure natural down. Okay. The outside fabric is ultra shell. Now, ultra shell is one of our key fabrics in our down lightweight products. It's a proofed fabric. That means the underside, the inner of the fabric, the bit you can't see, the underside of that fabric, is proofed with a PU coating, and it makes it water resistant and breathable. Now, why is that so important? Well, first of all, the fabric remains very, very light, so it gives us this down loft that we're looking for in this lightweight piece of equipment. Secondly, the proofing there, that proofing protects the down. If this was being used in, if you got caught in damp weather, lightweight rain, light rain, or damp snow or drizzle, those sorts of conditions, the fabric will stop water getting through. So it's very, very useful because it protects the down for longer. So this item will deal with those sorts of scenarios. Of course, you wouldn't use it out in heavy rain. You'd want a fully waterproof jacket on top of it. And the reason for that is notwithstanding it's a vest, of course, but with all these little stitch lines in the construction of the garment, those puncture little needle holes where that stitch line went in, and that's where water would eventually penetrate. It'd soak the cotton thread and eventually get in, but that would take quite a few hours to happen. So the product is really designed for technical situations. It's a technical fabric for real life conditions in our mountains. So that's the outer. We've discussed the 1000 fill power down, and the inner fabric is 10X. That's a 10 denier fabric, super lightweight, downproof, windproof, of course, and breathable. And and it's soft as well, which is why it's nice to have on the inside. The reason we like these very lightweight fabrics is that it allows the down to loft more. The heavier the fabric, the more it squashes the down. It compresses the down. So if you use very lightweight fabrics, you get more insulation. You're maximising the performance of that piece of equipment. Let's just run through the features very quickly. It's got a full-length zip. It's a very lightweight coil zip. It's got, let's just run through the sort of closures first. The bottom of the vest has a lycra edging, elasticated lycra to pull it in. That stops cold air getting in. We've got lycra on the armholes just to gather them and reduce the amount of air that can get in there. And on the same matter of air ingress, that technique of trying to stop air getting in, it's got a high down-filled collar that closes it down around your neck and stops cold getting in. The bottom of the jacket, if you look at the length of it, it's hip length. It goes below the waist onto the hips, and the back of it has a drop tail hem. It drops down at the back. That is so that when you're sitting, it fully covers the top of your, it prevents any cold air getting in around the waist where cold air can get in at the top of your trousers. So it's a hip length vest with a drop tail hem. The pockets on this are, well, let's run through them. There's three. There's two hand warmer pockets down at waist level. Now, when I say hand warmer, what that means is when you put your hands inside, your hands go under the down, and effectively, and there's a pocket bag inside the garment under the down. So in effect, you're putting your hands inside the vest. It's going under the down and onto the inside of the vest. And what that means is that those pockets are perfect for warming your hands. Not only are they insulated, but they're warmed because you're putting your hands inside the vest, so the heat from your body, which is being insulated by the down, immediately warms your hands. It's a very smart way of working, because if you've got cold hands, it doesn't take a lot really for hands to get very cold, and when they get cold they start to be painful and also not much use. It's harder and harder to use your hands. I was reminded of that this morning. I was camping and it was about -2 degrees. The tent was covered in ice, and when I was taking the tent down, the whole of the tent was iced over and my hands got cold very, very quickly. I didn't have any gloves with me actually, and what I decided to do was get on with it, get the tent down, get it packed, and then I'd actually got a down jacket on, and my hands were straight into those hand warmer pockets to get them warmed up again. Just like a mitt, but in fact better, because it's a warmed pocket, a ready warmed pocket for your hands. That's the primary purpose of those. They're hand warmer pockets. They're also zipped. And so if you're stashing anything in there, it's protected, it can't fall out. We've also put on the jacket a chest pocket now. I won't zip it because I've got my microphone next to it, but that again is a warmed chest, it's an insulated chest pocket. The pocket bag goes under the down, so anything that you put inside it is actually going under the vest, so it's fully insulated. I really like chest pockets. I like them for smartphones or a small compact camera, and I really like them for my GPS. I find that a GPS will easily go inside one of these pockets. They're quite large, and I find that I don't really want to look at my GPS all the time. But when it's locked onto satellites and I lock the screen and so on, I can put it inside one of these zipped pockets. It's still working, it's still tracking and so on. It's still locked onto satellites, but I can get it out and look at it whenever I want to. But most importantly, the batteries are being kept warm, and that extends the life of it. So I really do like having a zipped chest pocket, an insulated pocket. A lot of the garments that I work on and design, a lot of the things we develop at PhD, look at this and say, where's the, with modern equipment, smartphones, which are often your camera now as well, and GPS units, and also spare batteries, anything like that, it really wants to be insulated, and that's what that pocket does. It gives you access without having to take anything off, without having to undo your zips and get into the garment. You are actually going into it through this zipped chest pocket. So that is a very useful pocket. And of course, if you're carrying a rucksack and if it's got a hip belt and it's covering these lower pockets, this pocket is so available to you all the time. So it's good for batteried equipment. It's also good for snacks and things like that, or lightweight mitts and things like that. Okay, so that's the basic details. Just a couple of other things to tell you about the Minimus. You can probably just see actually on the side there's a side panel which I'm trying to show you there, and that is an elasticated side panel. We put that in a as a system, it's elasticated with shearing elastic, that's elasticated thread, and it just pulls that panel in. It's made in the same fabric, it's ultra shell, and 10x in the middle is underneath it, and it's filled with down, of course, and it just pulls in the vest a little bit closer fitting, and that's for two reasons. One is to pull the garment a bit closer to you. The drape of the garment is what matters. Down is such a good insulator for mountain sports because it can be compressed and so on and be carried. But the other thing is it's so effective at insulating you. When you put a down jacket on, you feel the warmth instantly, and part of the reason it works so well is the drape of the down around your body. It takes up your shape. What you don't really want is lots of cold spots around you, because it's harder for that air to be heated up if it's not held in place. So the elasticated sides just pull it in and give it a slightly better fit. And the second reason we've done it is just to pull the garment in and make it less boxy. It just makes it fit a little bit closer and therefore is a bit tidier. You don't want, if you're holding trekking poles or ski poles or an ice axe or anything, you don't really want to look like Michelin Man. You want it quite compact and close fitting, and so that elasticated side panel does that for you. And then the other thing to tell you is, although it's a vest, we offer the option of a down-filled hood. So the hood is just studded on with lightweight YKK studs. It can be removed, so if you don't want the hood for your trip, for this particular trip that you're doing, you don't need to take it. But down hoods are so effective at insulating your head. And as you know, the potential to lose heat, a lot of it is from the head. So a down hood is so efficient for you. Very, very light, it's windproof, and it's down-filled, so super, super warm. I find them very good to sleep in as well. If you're using a shoulder-length bag or you want to boost the warmth inside a sleeping bag, a down-filled hood on a vest or a jacket is super useful, super effective. So that's optional. We'll build that for you when we make the vest. If you want one of those, you can order one of those with it. There's a full range of colours. I'm wearing the purple. This is the charcoal one. This one's too small, so I can't wear this one. But there's a range of colours, and of course there's one other distinctive feature about these vests. With virtually all PhD clothing, except mitts and socks, all our clothing, we can offer it as custom size. Now, how does that work? Well, it works by you choosing the body width first. So if you're a small or a medium, you choose that width. But if you're a very tall person, you may need extra length. You may need extra length to cover your waist and really stop cold getting in there. So you can choose custom sizing and lengthen the garment. So you could, for instance, choose a medium size vest, but have it lengthened to the equivalent length of a large, or lengthen even further to an extra large. You can go up 2 sizes or down 2 sizes, so a medium could be made in the length of a small or an extra small, just to get the right fit. It's always worth considering this area of getting the best fit. It has an impact on how much weight you're carrying, and it has an impact on just how warm that piece of equipment is, how it performs for you. With a vest, it's just body length. With a jacket, of course, we do sleeve length. You can alter the length of the sleeves and so on. So, okay, that's the K series Minimus Vest, and it's rated at -5 degrees C. Okay, cheers.